starts right now.
Our lead tonight, dealing with loss. Her son shot and killed while on the job. Now the mother of a hotel security guard wants to know why. Jeremiah Sendejo killed early Saturday outside a hotel off I-35 in Eisenhower. His mother spoke to the Night Team's John Paul Barajas about the son she now mourns.
Get the away from me! I got it on camera! You!
Jeremiah Sendejo's family says this video taken early Saturday shows the last moments of his life. We're pausing it just before the 38-year-old was shot and killed while working security for a hotel near I-35 in Eisenhower.
I said, please don't tell me that you're here to tell me my son has passed. And he just looked at me and he just shook his head. He said, yes, ma'am, I'm so sorry. But yes, that's what I'm here to tell you. And I just lost it.
Sendejo's mom remembers the moment a detective gave her the news. Now she's trying to piece together what exactly happened.
He didn't even see the guy come up to him. Like, he was focused on the guy he had pinned on the ground.
A coworker asked to remain anonymous, but says Sendejo was doing his job, stopping two suspicious people on the hotel's property when things escalated. The coworker says Sendejo's girlfriend was there as everything happened.
You see her trying to intervene, just your thoughts?
Oh, no!
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, I'm glad that they didn't get mad at you and turn around and shoot you. As soon as he fell, she fell to the ground and grabbed him, and he took his last breath in her arms.
San Antonio police have not identified any suspects, and for now, Sendejo's mother wants justice, not just for her son, but for the two kids he leaves behind.
You took my son's life, and you took a father from their children. He was a gentle person. He had a heart of gold. He was a singer. He was a jokester. He was my friend.
All words Sendejo's co-worker echoes.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Very respectful. Never even really seen him out of character. I've never even seen him get mad.
While the Sendejo family waits on an arrest, they're also trying to raise money to bury Jeremiah at their family plot in Bishop.
If there's anything you could say to Jeremiah right now, what would that be?
I love you, and I'll see you one day, and that your children love you, and they'll see you one day.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Nowadays, it's totally different from back in the days. When it comes to money, drugs, and they don't care who's out there, if it's daytime, nighttime. They're out there to do their thing.
It was a murder in broad daylight. San Antonio police say someone stabbed a man to death as he sat at a bus stop. Happened this morning about 9 at the busy intersection of Zarzamora and West Poplar Street. Police say it appears the victim was attacked right where they found him. One neighbor says he's not surprised by the brazen crime.
Everybody carries a gun. Everybody's shooting everybody. This was just a stab. It could be anything.
So tonight, officers say they don't know why that man was attacked. We know they questioned two people. They are not calling them suspects right now. If you know anything that can help, please call the San Antonio Police Department. Two teenagers and a loaded gun. Two young teenagers and a loaded gun leading to charges in Seguin tonight. A 14-year-old male accused of shooting a 16-year-old female in the head. Happened Saturday afternoon not far from Texas Lutheran University. The victim airlifted to a hospital here in San Antonio where she is still recovering. Right now, it's not clear what led up to that shooting. Again, a 14-year-old charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's a call to bring more awareness to domestic violence help here in San Antonio, and it looks like this. It is a sign that provides domestic violence resources, and local businesses have until October 1st to display these signs at their businesses. It's part of a new initiative that's being enforced by Metro Health. The signs have information and a QR code. You'll start seeing them in the restrooms of some of the following places: restaurants, movie theaters, bowling alleys, hospitals, museums. The signs come after being approved by the city council in October of last year. All right, the big situation outside. How warm is it going to get over the next few days, Adam?
Oh, Steve, we're looking at temperatures back into the low 90s for a few days with very high humidity. And actually, the very high humidity that's still in place is going to help reduce the visibility again tomorrow morning. We are expecting some areas of fog and passing patchy drizzle along with a few sprinkles. Notice how our futurecast does show visibility, say, for example, potentially in Bernie at under a mile at 5 a.m. The fog obviously moves around a little bit and the visibility changes throughout the morning, but we could see visibility is down to just a couple of miles. Bottom line, another damp and kind of drizzly start to the day tomorrow. That's until 10 a.m. Then we'll even get into some afternoon sunshine. Warm, humid, actually very humid, and then a cool front pays us a visit later this week. We'll talk about the impact it'll have in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Adam. Now to a poison that's killing our kids. A group of San Antonio moms mobilizing first responders, politicians, addiction specialists after a batch of fentanyl-laced drugs killed 9 people in Austin last week. These moms have one thing in common. They've all lost children to fentanyl. This shared grief inspiring these mothers to try to prevent this kind of thing from happening in San Antonio. Solutions being worked on, but they say help from the community and state leaders also key in this fight to save lives.
We want to get into every single school and share what's going on in our community with them so they don't make a bad choice.
This next legislative session, we will be doing more, no doubt about it.
Narcan can reverse the deadly effects of fentanyl. If you want free Narcan, you can contact 2 of the Angel Moms organizations, as well as recovery organization Cicada. They will bring Narcan to you. Those links are on our website, KSAT.com. You can also scan this QR code on your screen right now to learn more about Narcan. Today marks 1 year since the horrific mall shooting in North Texas. 8 people killed that day in the town of Allen when a gunman went to the Allen Premium Outlets and started shooting. An 11-foot tall memorial in honor of those victims now on display. 8 chimes hang from that memorial to represent the 8 people killed. Also displayed a black plaque that reads, "Always remembered." Let's go to your Nightbeat News Flash right now. Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire deal bartered by Egypt and Qatar, but Israel isn't on board. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the deal Hamas agreed to was not on the table for Israel. Negotiators on both sides will continue to work towards a ceasefire to get Israeli hostages out of Hamas control and humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. Until then, President Biden has warned Israel to not invade Rafah if it means more refugees will be hurt or killed. Former President Donald Trump fined again by the judge presiding over his hush money trial in New York. This time it was for violating a gag order in this case. Judge Juan Merchan actually said going forward he will have to consider jail time, noting the $1,000 fine imposed per violation, not stopping the former president from violating that gag order. Trump facing 34 counts of falsifying business records stemming from alleged hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. After weeks of nonstop pro-Palestinian protesting, Columbia University in New York City canceling its main commencement ceremony scheduled for next week. That move coming after colleges all over the U.S. dealt with protesters during commencement ceremonies over the weekend. If you remember, this movement on college campuses actually started at Columbia 3 weeks ago. University officials say these times have been difficult for the community, and they made the decision after discussions with the student body. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash. All right, let's celebrate. It's been nearly a year since San Antonio won the rights to draft French superstar Victor Wembanyama. Tonight, the future Spurs legend celebrating a massive career milestone, the Rookie of the Year award. Coming up in sports, Larry going to break down the significance behind the title and how Wemby stacked up against some of the other nominees. This week, Teacher Appreciation Week, lots of places around town honoring educators on this occasion. Here's a handful of businesses saying thanks to teachers all week long. That list includes Whataburger, McAllister's Deli, Academy Sports and Outdoors, and the San Antonio Zoo. To see a full list of locations and where they're offering for educators this week, just head to our website, KSAT.com. Look for this article on the homepage. Also on KSAT.com, UTSA football asking all young artists out there for some help. The Roadrunners looking for their next season ticket design, holding an art contest for kids who are between 5 and 12 years old to come up with that design. The winning design will be displayed on UTSA football.
It's taking the over-the-air environment.
Okay, I don't think that was supposed to run yet, but it'll be on the 2024 season tickets for UTSA when they come out.
It's taking the over-the-air environment and making it digital.
And with the old technology, the broadcasters aren't able to do any of those things.
The future is now. After weeks of preparing, KSAT finally made the switch to next-gen TV this afternoon. And happening right now, KSAT hosting a phone bank to answer questions about next-gen TV. The number is right here, 210-351-1363 if you've had any problems or if you know somebody who's had problems during this transition. Our phone lines will be open tonight through the end of this newscast. You can also scan this QR code. It'll take you to a section of our website dedicated to all you need to know about our next-gen TV switch. Our phone lines will open back up again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And thousands of Texans waiting for floodwaters to go down after a very wet weekend in East Texas. The latest report on flooding from Houston after the break. It's right around the corner. Get your tickets now for our first ever Texas Eats Food Festival. It's going to be this Saturday, May 11th at Smoke Barbecue. 20 local chefs will be there with food for you to sample. Keep in mind, it's a 21 and up event. The event benefits the San Antonio Food Bank. Just scan the QR code on your screen for tickets or go to texaseatstv.com for more information. The much anticipated launch of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft now on hold. Tonight's mission postponed about 2 hours before launch because of a technical problem. Engineers discovered an issue with the valve on the Atlas V rocket, which will launch into the Starliner into space. The Starliner capsule, a brand new spacecraft expected to compete with SpaceX. Unclear right now when that spacecraft, though, will take its maiden flight.
We don't know with certainty the total number of lives lost. I do believe, however, at least 3 lives have been lost as a result of storms that have swept through here over the past few days.
Weather, a big story in East Texas. People in the Houston area have been getting absolutely hammered with rain. This video you see behind me, it's actually the parking lot of an area restaurant there. The general manager gives us a look at the aftermath.
So here you have all the things that the river brought over the weekend. This is supposed to be a dock. It's supposed to be like a path that you can walk over here.
This is an aerial video of the town of Channelview that's right outside of Houston, showing areas where water is still standing today. Several people have returned to their homes here after evacuating and being rescued by boat Sunday morning.
And Mother Nature is Mother Nature. You never know. So you don't play around with Mother Nature.
You don't play around with Mother Nature. Meanwhile, Salvation Army San Antonio going to Houston to help those affected by the flooding there. A small team of staff and volunteers left for the impacted areas about 5 this morning. They're expected to be in the Houston area for about a week. Volunteers will be serving meals, giving out supplies to first responders and residents there.
Right now we have water, Gatorade, we have our Cambros, which is going to hold the food for us to get it hot. It's going to keep it hot to where we need to be. And then, of course, our volunteers, we carry all of our supplies in there, anything from first aid kits to anything that our survivors will need.
Texans helping Texans. If you want to make a donation to the Salvation Army's response efforts, just go to helpsalvationarmy.org. We also have a link to it on our website, KSAT.com. Hard to think about all that rain just a few hours away from us, Adam.
Yeah, we had practically nothing, compared to what they picked up. And that's obviously too much of a good thing. We've been in that situation before around here, but we still need some good rainfall. Unfortunately, I don't see that in the cards anytime soon. We'll still have some damp mornings, with the drizzle, the low clouds, the fog, reduced visibility, but then some sunny afternoons. Even hotter into the low 90s and very sticky still with dew points in the low 70s. Then the cold front, that arrives late on Thursday, changing everything. So first, let's talk about our high temperature trend. In the afternoons, the warmest we get tomorrow, 92, Wednesday, 93, even Thursday up to 90. And when you factor in the high humidity, it's going to feel like it's closer to 100. Then that cold front sweeps through. Look at this. It drops us down to near 80 for high temperatures Saturday and Sunday. Now, remember, it's that time of year when, we get a cold front. It's not going to be cold outside. It just takes us from the 90s back down closer to 80 degrees, and it will sweep away the humidity. Today, we felt the 90s out west along the Rio Grande, Del Rio, 95, even Laredo, 95 for the high temperature. 87 here in town in New Braunfels made it to 89. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 72 with that foggy, drizzly dampness, kind of a Dreary start to the day again, and that's going to be the trend for several more days. Then by the afternoon, we break out into the sunshine, 92, but with that humidity, feeling like it's closer to 100. 92 in Losoya tomorrow, Lackland 92, Stone Oak 91, along with Converse and New Braunfels. Right now, let's talk about the humidity. Dew point's at 70 degrees, so we're feeling that mugginess out there, and it's teetering on that oppressive level. And I do think we'll have dew points generally in the low 70s over the next few days. And right now, they range from 70 into the low 70s, so we're really feeling that stickiness in the air, especially if you exercise outside, you're really noticing it. But by Friday and Saturday, because of that cool front late Thursday, bye-bye humidity gets swept away, and we'll have that crisp, pleasant feel to the air. And savor it while we have it, because we know it doesn't come often this time of year with that lack of mugginess, and when it does, it's short-lived. So just Friday and Saturday, you'll notice the humidity gone. Severe weather today, and the action was up in Oklahoma, stretching into Kansas and even Nebraska. Now creeping into Iowa. That's along the cold front that's pushing eastward. This is not the cold front that's going to be hitting us on Thursday. This one not making it here. But while we're on the topic of rainfall, let's look at the state of Texas since Wednesday. And watch this, particularly north of Houston. You'll see 1, 2, and then 3 big batches of rain move overhead, which is why that is where we had over 12 inches of rain. Radar estimates are on the order of 14 to 18 inches. I've seen rain gauge measurements north of Houston, near Conroe, and just off to the east, Sam Houston Forest area. I've seen actual measurements of 14 inches of rainfall since last Wednesday. Too much of a good thing. Meanwhile, locally, we have this little swath here that just got skipped by the rain, especially along Highway 90 west of town and even into Wilson, Karnes counties. Decent rain in parts of the Hill Country and Edwards Plateau, and then farther south. At least some people in our area got some needed rainfall, but going forward, just a 10 to 20% chance of real rain, not drizzle. Okay, the percentages, that doesn't include the morning drizzle. Meaningful rainfall, 10 to 20% going forward. And Thursday, it's 20% with that front that moves in. Behind that front, oh yeah, even mornings will be back in the lower 60s briefly. Saturday morning, 62. By the afternoon, only 80. And then Mother's Day, just 80 for a high. So noticeably cooler out there, running a little below average for a change.
Yeah, let's just get through this 3 days.
Yep.
We'll be fine.
And looking outside with live cam, low clouds are starting to settle in again. Get ready for another damp start to the day. By the way, the average high is 84, so we're going to be a good 4 degrees below average this weekend.
All right, thank you, Adam. All right. We said he was the favorite earlier. I was just making sure it wasn't just because we're homers.
No.
Okay,
he won it fair and square because he was the best rookie this year.
Unanimous.
Yeah, Victor Wembanyama. He is the 6th player since the Rookie of the Year award started in the early 50s to get every single first place vote. Victor Wembanyama unanimously. And you know what? Fanatics did a very cool thing to surprise their star client in regards to the Rookie of the Year. And Rashad Wisdom, well, he is NFL bound and hard at work. Coming up.
The 2024 Rookie of the Year goes to Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs.
Good job. Well done. Well done.
1992-93 NBA Rookie of the Year, Shaquille O'Neal with the honor of announcing Wemby as the latest Roy in big board sports. Spurs forward center Victor Wembanyama is the recipient of the Wilt Chamberlain Trophy as the 2023-24 NBA Rookie of the Year. He is the first player from France to win the award. He is also the 3rd player to earn the honor with the Spurs, joining David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Wembanyama led all rookies in points, rebounds, and blocks per game, in addition to ranking 4th in assists and 2nd in steals per contest.
It was a huge thing for me. And a big thing to get, so it's always been really important, and I'm glad it's finally official going on.
Fanatics, who hold an exclusive partnership with Wemby, surprised him. So he was told he'd be visiting a new exhibit from the company with some awesome stuff from other greats that also won Rookie of the Year. Unbeknownst to Victor, the exhibit was curated exclusively for him, and to surprise him with the news of being named Rookie of the Year. So here's a sample of that 3-minute and 30-second clip.
Yo, what's up, Wemby? Yo, what's up, Vic? That's crazy.
You've represented the Spurs, you've represented yourself, you've represented France, everybody.
Congratulations to you, man. Rookie of the Year.
Welcome to that Rookie of the Year club.
I love Wemby's reaction to that clip. Here's the top three in voting as Victor wins unanimously, getting all 99 first place votes to finish with 495 points. Chet Holmgren finished second and Brandon Miller was third. Turning to birdie and par, San Antonio's second annual Super Bowl of Golf qualifier teed off with NFL alumni players this morning at TPC San Antonio Oaks course. The main goal is to raise a stunning $500,000 for the NFL alumni's nonprofit Caring for Kids and local nonprofits. More than 30 former NFL players are there, including N.D. Kalu.
I try to get back to San Antonio 3-4 times a year, and it's mainly to do a free camp or to be a part of something like this that the NFL's hosting that's giving back to San Antonio. So, I know this isn't about me and my city, but this is my city, and anytime I can come back and be a part of something special, I'm going to do it.
All right, before the shotgun start this morning, the Whataburger Hole had a Beat the Reporter challenge, and our Mary Rominger was invited to set the mark for the day. If the players bested her score, they'd get free Whataburger.
I just wanted on the record that I was at the studio really late last night doing IR, then watched 3 hours of the Tom Brady roast, so I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. Let's do this. Smart play to go that way. Oh, that got a horrible bounce. Oh, roll back, roll back, roll back. Man, this green is tough. Oh gosh, I went too soft. No. This is for bogey. This is for bogey. Come on. No. Double bogey. Oh, I think I can still beat some of these NFL players though. Double bogey.
All right, Mary needs to work on her putting for sure, right? Rashad Wisdom is getting ready for rookie mini camp after the break.
Been chasing this dream, ever since I started playing football, and, finally able to say that I have that opportunity. And throughout this whole process, I've been saying that I just need just one opportunity, and I got just that.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are giving Rashad Wisdom a chance to live out his NFL dream. The Judson and UTSA great is working out at All Sports Speed and Conditioning before heading off to Tampa to start his new job.
It's kind of crazy realizing that this is like a job now, so they got to put me on payroll and stuff like that. So it's been kind of crazy to go through all that, but I'm really looking forward to it, man. Like, be able to say that the game that I love playing the most is going to be my job is going to be awesome. Like, coming here and working out, this is my job. I tell people that, I'm in the office now, so.
Shad will leave for Tampa Thursday morning for Bucs rookie minicamp this weekend. And the Baylor football program has landed a transfer commit from offensive lineman Colton Thomason. The Smithson Valley alum started his collegiate career at Texas A&M, and now he's a Baylor Bear.
Literally a big commitment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's like 6'8", so big dude.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think we should talk smack about Mary and her putting, because I'm not sure we could do any better. So. We'll be right back. That does it for the Night Beat. Thanks for staying up with us. See you again tomorrow.